First off, I want to thank the brave men and women who work behind the wall. I want to thank them on a national level because their job goes unrecognized.
How do they try to turn a guard?
Well, correctional officer. Sorry, I apologize. But correctional officer.
How you guys doing today? It's Anthony Gangi, host of Tier Talk. So recent updates in the Epstein suicide case. We got 2 officers on administrative leave, possibly for falsifying documents, for not doing their tours. A warden who's been reassigned. And a body that was not discovered until 2 hours after the person took their life. You know, in corrections, when something negative happens, even those that are professional, we have to defend that we do what's expected of us. And if this is the case, these individuals, these were their actions. You know, sometimes people don't realize that your individual actions can shed a negative light on the other professionals who do what they're supposed to do day in, day out. So again, when people ask me, you know, what's happening, I always try to make sure that we don't generalize this extreme. You know, we make sure that we hold these specifics to these individuals and not use those specifics as a way to generalize the profession as a whole. Some of the emails I've been getting, some of the messages that I've been getting have been, Gangi, why do you think they reassigned the warden? Well, in my opinion, when you investigate any concern, you always look from the top down. This could be a culture issue. This could be a facility that's plagued with complacency. So the first thing you do is you go after its leadership. You have to. Because if you have a complacent staff, you have to look at the people who supervise those staff. So you go from the highest level up. And you also show that no one is untouchable. It kind of sets that perspective. If the warden can be reassigned, then anybody can be hit. So again, it's just a matter of looking at it from the top down. This may be more than just that specific concern with Epstein. You could have a facility that's plagued with complacency. We only know about it now because of the Epstein suicide. But this may require going back, checking videos and logbooks of other tours, let's say, and that are not being done but are being logged in that they're being done. You have to look at things from the greater picture. Plus, the public may demand something's got to happen with the leadership here. So in an effort to kind of get the public's sense of confidence back, you make those extreme moves. Hey, we're looking into it right now. We still want you to have faith in the system. So we're moving some people around who we feel could have an influence on the investigation or who could be partly responsible for allowing this culture to exist. So again, it may seem as a drastic move, but it must be done in an effort to ensure confidence in the investigation, to get the confidence from the public, but just to show people that we're not afraid to hold people responsible. You know, and it could be a top-down issue. It could be a culture that was allowed. So again, when you're a leader, you're responsible. And unfortunately, when your subordinate staff isn't doing what they're supposed to be doing, this is what's going to happen. As for the officers, if it's true and you said you did your tours and you didn't, and you put that in the logbook, minimal official misconduct. But that negligence cost the life of an inmate that you are responsible for. And you have no justification out of it. You know, if there were concerns that had to be addressed, those concerns don't exist anymore the moment you're saying you're doing the tour and you're not. Doesn't matter what your concerns are. I know officers that were overburdened. If they couldn't do the tour, they wrote it in their logbook they couldn't do their tour, and their justification stood because they had a legit reason why they couldn't do that tour. Maybe they were assigned elsewhere at that moment for an emergency reason. But you guys did not do that, if that's the case. You guys stated that you did your tour and you didn't. And that government logbook that you signed in that says you did, that's going to be held against you. 100%. Those logbooks can protect you, but they can also destroy you. They will destroy you. The public has faith in what we do, or should have faith in what we do. And when we have officers that don't do what's expected of them and lie, the public loses that faith. But the sad thing is they generalize that loss to all the people that work in this profession. So now we start feeling that effect. So in an effort to gain that confidence again from the public, we act. And those two officers may become an example of that. Like, that's something we do not tolerate. You're expected to do this role, you're expected to perform this role, and you do not lie in government logbooks. So the removal or the administrative leave, which will probably lead to a removal, is needed because it sets the standard that this is something that is zero tolerant. And hopefully others see that as like, you know what? I'm not going to be a fool and do that. So that discipline, that zero tolerance, it's needed. It's needed both to show that you're in a trusted position and you violated that trust. So we as an agency cannot trust you. And then if we can't trust you, the public can't trust you. And you will be held responsible for those actions. And that responsibility for those actions, we're hoping that the outcome will have other people think twice before doing that. So again, it's an effort to deter. But I'm just curious to see what your perspectives are. As always, guys, the show is here. So if you haven't, please subscribe, interact, engage, comment, hit that bell. That bell is going to notify you every time I post a video. Stay safe.